Hey everyone, I hope you're doing good today. And I'm going to talk about SAFUU today, some of the things that's been happening. And with SAFUU, people either love or they hate it. And whenever I do a video on SAFUU, you are always very vocal in your love of this project or your hate of this project. There seems to be no gray area with it. I'm one of the likers of SAFUU. And if you've been following my channel, you know that I like to deep dive into projects with regards to the white paper and all their announcements and just everything that's happening to really get a thorough, in-depth understanding of the protocol beyond all the hype and all that type of stuff. SAFUU is one of the projects which is pretty much going strong right now, and it has made its mark, I think, as pretty much the strongest rebasing token that there is out there at the moment. And the important thing is that I think that this isn't because of the hype. I think it's because what the project's actually doing, and I think it's because of the results that they have been getting. The first bit of news that you might be aware of is that SAFUU are launching their own blockchain. And this was scheduled to be released by around about July of 2023, which is pretty much this time next year. But some announcements that they've said is that, hey, actually things are going quite well at the moment, and it's possible that we're going to be able to release it a little bit earlier than that. And some of the tentative dates they've sort of mentioned is round about the end of this year. A light paper is going to be coming out this week with regards to the blockchain and also the full validator nodes, which are going to be on it. And hopefully, quite soon after that, Brian, who's the CEO of SAFUU, has said that quite soon after the light paper, the white paper is going to come out. The interesting and cool thing, I think, about the SAFUU blockchain is that it's going to be the first blockchain that is a rebasing blockchain. So the SAFUUx token, which is the native token of the SAFUU blockchain, just like BNB is the native token of the Binance blockchain, is still going to be rebasing. And what's really interesting about this is that no other blockchains do this. So this could open up a lot of opportunities for projects to come onto this chain where the project can have its own native token as well. And perhaps they can incorporate, some of the rebasing elements, see how they can actually incorporate that into their projects and maybe even their tokens. Maybe you can get rebasing reflections as part of any potential exchanges that they're going to do. There really is a lot of possibilities that can happen with the SAFUU blockchain. And the significance of the blockchain is also that the projects that are on it and everybody using it are going to have to pay gas fees. And this is real money that comes into it just from outside of new investors. And obviously they're spending a lot of money on trying to bring new investors in it. But look, we all know that bringing new investors in is basically just Ponzinomics. So I really hope that the team can sort of shift their focus of trying to bring new investors in, because they've already got a heck of a lot of investors, into bringing new projects in, because bringing new projects in means that you can bring the projects in and you can bring all of their sort of audience with it and their community with it, and you can bring their ecosystem with it. And then all that is going to be feeding life into SAFUUx and also the SAFUU blockchain. And obviously this is really going to benefit the token, and it's going to benefit all the people holding SAFUU. With the blockchain, they're also setting up two types of nodes. There are light nodes and there are full validator nodes. Now, the full validator nodes are actual nodes where they, validate transactions on the blockchain, and you actually have to have a computer up and running 24/7 to be able to do that. And they're also doing the light nodes, which are sort of like shards of nodes. So there's not a lot of detail about exactly how they'll work yet, but the idea is that if you can't afford a full validator node, then you can chip in and get a piece of a node, and you get a percentage of how much SAFUU you're actually going to stake on that node. If you've got a spare $49,000 lying around, then you can buy a full SAFUU validator node, and you can get a big chunk of all the transactions that happen on the blockchain. There was a recent Talking Heads professionally made documentary about SAFUU where Brian Legend and also some YouTubers talked about, what's happening with SAFUU, why they like it, why they think it's a good project, and the future of it. And I think that in combination with the announcement of potentially the blockchain coming out a little bit earlier and the vast cheapness of the validator nodes, if you compare them to say like an Ethereum or a Binance node, they're actually quite cheap, has actually seen some positive price action. And you can see here on the chart that, you know, over the last sort of 30 days or, you know, sort of few weeks, there's actually been some positive price action here, which is good. The community is so strong with SAFUU, and you know, communities really make and break a project. And I think if anything, you know, like this project being carried on the back of the community, which is supporting the project so much, is really great. And what's just really cool as well is that the project is supporting the community. Just this month for the community and anybody who buys or holds SAFUU, they're doing a $25,000 July nodes giveaway where you can win 5 nodes, which are going to be drawn live using a random, you know, number generator thing. And this is just July. You know, like this project has massive competitions every single month in the hundreds of thousands of dollars. They did a $27,000 June lucky draw giveaway. The big competition for June is the $1 million SAFUU treasure pit quest, where basically all you've got to do is you've got to figure out the seed phrase of the wallet that holds all this SAFUU. And the way that you can do that, it's sprinkled amongst all the Medium and the Twitter and the, you know, the live feeds and basically all the SAFUU socials. They're sort of giving hints, and you know, I think there's about 10 words out at the moment. But all you got to do is figure it out. Then you can unlock this wallet, send all the SAFUU to your own wallet, and there you go. And scrolling a little further back, you can see in April they gave another $250,000, you know, worth of prizes. Not just to one person, probably to about 20 people. So I don't know any other project that's giving away so much to its community each month. And you can, you know, check out the transactions and see it all on the blockchain, and you can actually see that they are doing these transactions. So I think that is a really good thing. But let's sort of take a bit of perspective here and, you know, try and look at all the angles of it. Is it all sunshine and rainbows and millionaires? Well, no, because despite the good taxes and the fire pit and the insurance fund and everything else, SAFUU is essentially just one giant Ponzi scheme at the moment. And it might be difficult to hear that, but I think that that's evident in the fact that the amount of money that they're spending on trying to bring in new investors into this project is just sort of evidence of that. But if you think about it, pretty much every crypto project is sort of a big Ponzi scheme to begin with until it has a market cap big enough where it can, you know, have its own sustaining life force, and it doesn't matter how many people come on and off of the project at that point. And, you know, I think SAFUU will get there, and it's slowly getting there step by step. It's you know, with each announcement and with each thing they do, it's moving further and further away from the unsustainable Ponzonomics more towards the sustainable actual business revenue of having an actual business which actually does something. SAFUU might have a market cap big enough later on where it does have its own sustaining life force, and, you know, obviously that's going to be great for everybody who's holding the SAFUU and later on the SAFUUx token. When the light paper and particularly the white paper does come out, obviously I'm going to do a couple of videos on that so we can really deep dive into, well, hey, are they actually now delivering on what they're saying? Let's have a look and see what the white paper says, and just please, fingers crossed, it's just not more Ponzonomics, because we all know how that ends if no more investors come in. But hey, they've been pretty good so far, so let's just wait and see what happens. And hey, what do you think about it all? Are you a lover of SAFUU? Are you a hater of SAFUU? Would really love to know. If you love it, why? If you hate it, why? Please let me know. Please leave a comment. And until next time, I'll see you all in the next video. Bye.